Hello, and welcome back to A Brick Too Short. For episode 4, I will be reviewing a LEGO set based on Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. Now, this is the 7140 X-Wing Fighter. It was actually part of the first wave of LEGO Star Wars sets to come out in 1999, and the cost for that time was $30. Though I actually think about 2 years later they re-released it, and I'm not exactly sure which year I got it, but I think mine is the first wave. Now, it came with 3 LEGO minifigures, an R2-D2 figure, along with the X-Wing fighter and a ground crew transport. So with that, I'm going to look at both the figures and the X-Wing and transport. So I will start with this figure. This is Biggs Darklighter, who was Luke Skywalker's friend when they were growing up on Tatooine. And of course, he had a sad ending in A New Hope. Hope you've seen it, because I just spoiled it if you didn't. Now, the helmet has some really cool printing on it. The face, again, it's 1999, so still a yellow face, but the actual expression on the face, I believe, was already used in City, so that's not new. Of course, we have a nice printed torso for an X-Wing fighter pilot, and orange pants to give the look of the jumpsuit. They are pilots, they have gloves on, and therefore their hands are black, not yellow in this. Again, it's 1999, so sorry, no back printing. But overall, especially with the printing on the helmet, this was a pretty cool character. Like I said, the face, again, was already used a lot in City, but still, I really like the printing on the helmet. Now, here we have a ground crew. The hat is just a normal reused City hat. The face has actually been used a lot, both in Pirates and Western. In fact, it may even be used for City, I don't know. The shirt, nothing over spectacular, but still, I mean, I always thought the shirt was kind of neat. Again, just a little bit different printing than what we usually get. And I was going to turn it around, but again, there's no back printing, so no use. Here we have the little ground crew transport and tools and such. This looks like a fuel hose, I guess. And then along here, you have your tools. I've got one missing, I just noticed. I'll have to try and find that one later. Matter of fact, looks like I may even have a gray tool instead of a black tool. The little middle area, you can set one of your figures on there, such as Biggs, if I can get them on there. These 2 black bricks right here, I'm not really sure what they're for. They come out easily. If I go ahead and pull them out. And then these 2 pieces right here, again, this is for ground crew, so what you can do, just like ground crew still do today, he can help wave in the X-Wing fighter. And of course, when he's done doing that, you can put it back. And of course, you can set him on here to drive the cart around. Oh, and put these back as well. Here we have the Luke Skywalker figure. And his helmet, of course, has the Red Squadron emblem on it, such as he was wearing in the movie. His face, nothing overly spectacular about it, but it's completely different from any other faces we've gotten at the time. So it was really cool to get this face right here. And of course, the rest of his outfit is just like Biggs. You know, it's just a generic X-Wing pilot jumpsuit. So this was cool to get. And for the final character from the set, we have R2-D2. Now, his design actually has not changed over the years at all, except for a little bit of coloring, but that's it. You do have a nice design on his front. The top of him also has designs, and the top actually does a 360. Now, the back of him down here does not. And of course, you can make it look like he's wheeling around, just like in the movies. So for 1999, this was really cool to get. And here we have the main centerpiece of the set, the X-Wing fighter, which has a number of playthings to it. For starters, you can sit R2-D2 back here. just like in the movie. This part opens up, and you can actually keep Luke Skywalker's lightsaber in it. Matter of fact, forgot to show that earlier. Voila. And when you're ready, you can disassemble it and put it back in. The cockpit does open up. And you can slide him down. Oh, you actually have to put his arms, though, by its side, or else he won't fit in. And then you just close the cockpit. Now, this also opens up, and a lot of people, I'm thinking, might wonder over the years, what is it for? I think it's actually for the landing gear to go in. You can take off at least that much, or even if you want to, even the whole thing. I might have to disassemble a little bit differently. Well, maybe that part doesn't actually come off, but that will. Let's pop this back on. And there you go. But now the back landing gear, which hopefully you can see, right there, does not come off. Of course, you have the engines in the back, which look pretty good. At least I thought they always did. You got a lot of printed pieces right here, and there. And another printed piece, I'll show in just a few moments, is actually in the cockpit. It is the camera view of the Death Star run. Now, of course, to be an X-Wing, it's got to turn into an X-Wing. So the wings, of course, whoops, do come out, and thus you have your X-Wing. Now, something I've learned, and I thought was just me, but I've learned it's not. When the hinge pieces you use, or they used back then for the X-Wing and other sets, when they get older, they actually don't move as well as they used to. And so you might have it get really hard to shut them without popping stuff off. I actually got lucky on this one. Let's go ahead and pop out this. Put the landing gear back on. I think actually me. Nope, it doesn't. And there we go. Now it's a little bit hard to clearly make out, but you can see the camera view of the Death Star run, and that is just a simple but really cool printing for the time. Now, I quickly just actually want to discuss where you can put Luke's lightsaber. That is actually so nice because, now this is the only X-Wing I've ever owned, so I don't know about other X-Wings, though I figure there probably are nice storage places for Luke's lightsaber. But for like snow speeders, there has never been a good spot to keep the blade of the lightsaber. So this to me was just great. And it still is. And for 1999, I think they did a fantastic job on this X-Wing fighter. Matter of fact, I still think it holds up today, to be honest. Yeah, it's not the sleekest looking, but I feel overall it's a really great looking X-Wing fighter. I mean, it really hit on the look of the X-Wing. And of course, when you open up those wings, you want to go into battle. And you can kind of see, I've kind of set it up. The little 2 black bricks that came off the ground transport, I put Luke on them, like he's climbing to his cockpit. The steps, I don't know if that's what they're for, but that's what I did. And so I think overall, in 1999, they did a great job with this set. And matter of fact, it'd be nice to have 2 more for 3 of them going down the trench run. But yeah, I really, this was a cool set for its time period.